Well, it's about 7 o'clock, about 20 minutes before shooting hours. Last night, I shot a decent buck for Pennsylvania. Not huge, but nothing to be ashamed of either. Nice 8-point. Came in, it's like a 10 or 15 yard shot. Easy shot, and hit him too far back. Hit him in the guts. I'm not sure what happened. User error, I'm sure. But nonetheless, after that, he bedded down within sight of me, like 35 yards away. So it was a long sit. I had about an hour to go before dark, so I just tried to sit as motionless as possible in my saddle, and I watched him. He tried to get up a few times and fell over. Didn't look like he could walk, not very far at least. So I waited till it was dark. I snuck out, got a terrible night's sleep, didn't even get undressed, didn't take my contacts out. Just kind of laid on top of my bed until the morning. So here I am. Best case scenario, he's laying right where I found him, dead. Worst case, he's not there and he's somewhere else. And I guess the third option, maybe he's there, still alive, and I have to shoot him with a follow-up shot. So I'm hoping that he's just dead, and that it wasn't too bad. I feel bad, but I tried to do everything right after the shot. Stayed in my stand a long time. I snuck out, and I waited till the next morning. So hopefully, if it goes well, you can pick up some tidbits, maybe some tips from this, because sooner or later you're going to get a bad shot on a deer. I don't like to advertise it, but it does happen on occasion, and I'm trying to make the best of it. So we'll see what happens. Well, good news. I snuck out at daybreak and turned my light on. I could see his white underbelly. He was dead. He was stiff. He's been dead for a long time, so that's a plus. So now I gotta get him tagged, gutted, and drag him out. I left all my stuff in the tree. I got all my ropes for my saddle, my pack, everything. I gotta remember to gather all that up first, and then I'll take care of him, and I'll bring you along. Well, so that's the tree I was in. I don't know if you can see my saddle. I'll try to zoom in. Might be able to see my backpack hanging up there, but that's where I was. And see the food plot that I've made the videos about. That's in the background there. You can see my screen around the edges. He came out right in front of that tree. I shot him, and he bedded down right in here. Tried to get up a few times, but didn't make it very far. But I'll show him to you. It's not huge, but I'm very grateful that I got the opportunity and happy that I located him. So again, it was a really poor shot, but you'll have that sometimes. There he is. Climb up in my tree, grab my stuff, get my tag, and try to find my arrow and get him drug out. I'll take some better pictures in a little bit, and I'll show you some of the food plot as well. Okay, well, I got him hooked up to my sled. Thankfully, we have some snow, so that's going to make it easier. It's melted in most parts of the field, but this part, there's still some snow on the ground. One thing that really helped, I had bought this rubber rope, they call it, and I used it to give my paracord some extra length. That stuff's really coming in handy, using it for everything. So if you don't have that in your arsenal, I would consider getting that. Nice Pennsylvania buck. Just glad it's recovered. Get him loaded up here and take him home. And show you the food plot after I throw him in the truck. Well, I still have some more hunting to do with my family, but I figure this spot's blown for today, so I'll show you the food plot. So if you watch my prior videos, that big tree there is where I planned on shooting that big buck, which I never saw at all. But I did shoot the buck I shot last night there. And this is all brassicas and winter wheat and clover here. Mostly I'm seeing lots of turnips. Here's one over here we can check out. You can see that turnip's been eaten, top's been eaten off of it. A lot of these other ones, I mean, they've been browsed, but there's still a lot of leaves. There's a turnip that's been eaten. Here's a really huge, what is that? I'm having a memory loss issue, but you can see they've been eating them already, but there's still a lot of growth on here. These are radishes, I should say, and that big one was a turnip. Right here, that's a big turnip, but mostly a lot of radishes, but there's still a lot of tops left. I mean, it's certainly not browsed down yet, so this should be good. I mean, clear into the winter time, and with the winter wheat in here and the brassic, or the winter wheat and the clover, that should provide some additional forage. Here's those low spots I tried to fill. Standing water right now, but look at all those brassicas that did well in there. Those are underwater right now. Let's go down to this end of the plot. Had a nice buck come out down here when I was looking for my buck this morning, so I don't want to totally ruin it. My blind's right down there. Lots of forage over here still on my turnips and radishes, so that'll go on for a long time. And like I said, they're browsed, but they haven't eaten most of the bulbs yet, and most of these still have 4 to 8 inches of leaves, so that should be really good. Down here is the transition where we get into the oats and the winter wheat and the clover. See, it's growing up nicely right in front of my blind there. I had to take some of the screen down because I couldn't see, but get down in here and you can see there's still a lot left to eat, and I can assure you when the snow hits, they'll be coming here digging for all this. See a few seed heads on the oats, lots of clover, and I'm not going to walk all the way down there, but you can see it. So food plots really doing well. I did notice this week of the pre-rut or rut, they're not coming out here very much to feed. I think the does don't want harass, because every time they come out they get chased by a buck. But I did have those couple buck come out last night. I shot one of them. We'll pan back to the other end where I shot that one last night. So overall, great success this year. Even my low spots filled in. You can see a couple right here. That's the advantage of planting a little bit earlier rather than in August and maybe a third week of July. I came back and planted all this stuff in the low spots, so that's a lot of extra forage they have, and you have time to come back and see if you missed any spots and make up for it. So all right, I'm gonna go grab my stuff, get my deer home. Tell you what, loading it in the back of an SUV Ford Excursion by yourself, yeah, that was a little bit of a challenge, but should be easier getting them out. So I'm gonna go get them home. But yeah, everything came together. Good food plot. It worked. Shot a nice buck, and hopefully we'll get a lot more deer out of here.